Hey, what's going on, guys? Back for the live stream. This is a continued version of today's version. Apologize, forgot to shut the door back there, but all the rest of the room is clean, as you see. You just dust yourself off, you just move on. That's just part of life. And just hang on one second. Just go ahead and get these posted to the Telegram groups as well if anybody wants to tune in. Now, I will be going to Chris Wyatt's live stream fairly shortly. We'll see when it begins. And okay, back to this live stream. All right. Okay. We talked about on the previous live stream that a 37-year-old lady in South Africa had given birth to 10 children at one time, 7 boys and 3 girls. The prenatal scan only saw 8 children that were going to be born, but 2 more were a surprise. 5 of them were given birth naturally, and then the other 5 were given birth by a cesarean section or a C-section. That's what I had talked about as well. And then also South African Airways, 51%, the government has sold 51% of South African Airways to a Takatso consortium. But the government says they're going to, even though they're going to hang on to 49% of it for now, that they're going to eventually sell their 49% and that they're going to take a hands-off approach on the airline. Now, we all know that the ANC-led government in South Africa always tells the truth and they're always honest. Not really. That's a sarcastic remark. They're not honest. So the ANC government says that they're going to sell the 49% eventually, or if they can't sell, they're going to take a hands-off approach, but we will see if that happens. Now, they have brought in a former CEO of Comair who, and Chris White did a good video on this, who knows what he's doing, so that's a good plus. But the problem is, as Chris White pointed out in his last video of South African Airways, all South African Airways have fired all their pilots, so they don't have any pilots, and they also either fired or laid off their additional workforce, 80% of the additional workforce. So they got their hands full, and we'll see if they're able to rebuild in that chaotic environment. Now, President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, has also said that the companies are going to be allowed to compete with Eskom, because right now rolling blackouts are a problem in South Africa, and they've been a problem in South Africa for the last 5 to 10 years, probably longer than that. Well, this is too little too late, okay? Selling 51% of South African Airways to Takatso Consortium was a good move, and also allowing other companies to compete with Eskom is a good move as well. But this is too little too late, and I think the only reason that the ANC government has done these two things is because the majority of the South Africans support this, and the ANC is doing this at the last minute because they're trying to hang on to power, and if they, and so they can try to be reelected. But I think the average South African sees through all this, and the average South African is not going to take this situation very well, and I believe that they're going to vote for the opposition because many South Africans have been fed up with the ANC for a very, very long time. That is my firm and humble opinion in that situation. Now, it will remain to be seen come the election, which I believe the next election is going to be in 2023 or 2024. I can't remember, but I think it's 2024. And it'll remain to be seen how the average South African goes to the polls and how they're going to vote. If they vote for the ANC in the midst of all this, after the mismanagement of the lockdown, which COVID-19 has plagued South Africa, and it has not gotten any better because funerals of 50 to 100 people could still gather. The indoor malls were still open, but people couldn't go outside to go to the beach and go surfing. They couldn't go fishing. And if you go to an outdoors event but maintain social distancing, that is not going to affect the COVID-19 situation at all. But funerals of 50 to 100 people could still gather. Funerals are one of the worst places for somebody to get the COVID-19 because everybody's hugging up on people and people are crammed in together. That just doesn't compute. It's an illogical thing to do. So the lockdown, the way that ANC handled the lockdown, I firmly believe was nothing more than a power grab in and of itself. Now, The latest news out of Namibia, this was about a week ago, but 887 people total had caught the COVID in Myanmar. No, 887 people had died from the COVID-19 in over 5 days. The nation of Namibia is plagued by the COVID-19 right now. And most people believe that SWAPO in Namibia is going to go down because of the way they've handled the COVID-19 situation. Namibia, out of the rest of the world, gave them advice not to go with the AstraZeneca vaccine because Namibia is right on the border with South Africa. And most South Africans, 90% of South Africans that have the COVID now is from the evolved South African strain. Well, the AstraZeneca vaccine is only 10 to 15% effective against the South African strain. But the president of Namibia, Hage went with the AstraZeneca vaccine anyway. That is why him and his wife had caught the COVID-19 even after getting vaccinated. Well, fortunately, they recovered. I don't wish death on anybody. And fortunately, they recovered. You know, I don't like Hage Geingob. I didn't want him and his wife to die from the COVID-19. Well, the United States has issued level 4 advising people not to travel to Namibia because the COVID-19 has plagued Namibia. Many of their nursing staff is overworked. They're not able to provide, and many hospitals are running short on nurses. So just please keep Namibia in your prayers in that situation. Also in India, over 700 children have lost both parents to COVID-19. Those are the ones the government knows about. The Indian government is working to try to track down their parents, trying to track down most of, because they firmly believe India is a nation of 1.3 billion people. The government believes the numbers are a lot higher than what has been reported. And the apartments have checked on the kids. Other people in the apartment complexes will go knock on the door to make sure the kids are still alive. They'll slip food under the door or leave food outside the door, but they're scared to check on the kids more than that because they're afraid of coming in contact with them and afraid that they're going to contract COVID-19 from the children. All right, I'm going to be back on after Chris Wyatt's live stream as well, but I'm going to check Chris Wyatt's site. It's looking like Chris Wyatt may be streaming any minute now, so I'm going to just have to, I'm going to see his stream. And again, Chris Wyatt has Chris Wyatt has 980 subscribers, and I firmly believe that Chris Wyatt should subscribe to his channel. He's a wealth of knowledge in regards to what is going on around Africa, specifically South Africa and Liberia, but also around the rest of the world. So I'm gonna be back later today. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye bye. Bye bye.